I still feel pretty bitter about the news that I just heard last night. It just got to be some of the most devastating news I've ever heard. And, you know, I mean, it was kind of similar to the one from just last month when supposedly I was going to have a 2-week big break, and then all of us, you know, but it was for a different situation to where I thought that 2.5 week big break was going to be cut short to literally just one. And I heard that news, like after a ball at Russ's place, I had a really big win, right? And next thing you know, I heard that news, and it's almost like as if, like, you know, every time I'm trying to have a good moment where it was something like that, where I get some of the best moments ever, like especially on the basketball court, or, you know, just anything, like even with my, you know, my job hunting, you know, as far as like the other day when I applied to I only had to apply to one in the first half, and then the second half I went to like 8 jobs before I proceeded to get to 10. You know, I was like, yeah, you know what, I'm starting to find myself being motivated, and, you know, I think now I'm really starting to get a grip on, you know, a job hunting, hoping for some job interviews coming and all that. I was ready to start enjoying my 3-week big break, you know, just at the right time, you know. But then all of a sudden I hear this news. It's like every time I want a good moment, like I want to celebrate a really, really, really good moment, like especially like a best moment that where I could be so happy for, like, you know, a certain period of time until it fades, right? Instead, it for some reason it always follows up with something bad. It always follows up with the bad news that's already, like, drastically changing my moves. And that's how it was last time too, when I thought the 2.5 week big break was going to cut short to one after I beat Russ, and, like, finally, you know, winning at his place when he's the main guy. And next thing you know, it follows up with this kind of news, like the kind of news of, you know, like bad news for me. You know what I'm saying? I just could never have it the way that I did before. I mean, hell, when I had my years like 2016, 2018, even 2017 to an extent, right? And 2019 to an extent, right? Like every time I got something good going, you know, I can celebrate that moment and it feels good until it fades. Now I can't have any of that anymore. It's like one really good moment, it's like I'm always having to deal with more bad days, you know, since the pandemic, with the exception of 2021, which is, by the way, my last good year in general. You know, since then, it's like every time I'm trying to capture a good moment that I want to, you know, I'm trying to have my moment here because, you know, something really awesome happened to me, this and that, or what I did, you know, then all of a sudden it follows up with some bad news that already ruins my shine. That's how I feel every single time. It's almost like that happens so much to me, you know. As of my 2025 year already being the worst year, overlapping 2024 is not enough. It's like I told you, the world just wants me to fall flat on my face. Okay? The world wants me to continue suffering. And let me just quickly get into this because, you know, I had already planned another breakfast only with Carlos and Neil for this Sunday, which is, by the way, the last day of the month. It was perfectly planned because it was on a Sunday morning, because my 3-week break was going, right? And originally, like, originally, you know, I had this day off. Now I actually already have it canceled. You know, I thought I was going to be the man of the house, like, for, you know, for this entire Labor Day weekend or so, right? But it turns out it turns out, I mean, I had thoughts about the 31st, which is like, yeah, I may still be the man in the house until, who knows when, like for the whole day and shit, right? But, I thought maybe I could try to, like, try to sneak out for like a couple of days or so, having a breakfast with maybe just Carlos, so he can pick me up, whatever, right? That was originally what I had thoughts, and now, like, because of the changes, right? Because of the changes, I already had my 3-week big break going, and I thought, man, for sure, I'm gonna continue this historic streak, yeah. But now all of a sudden, that may even cut short. That might even just cut short. Yeah, I may end up being the man in the house of that day, but I mean, is this still gonna go on? Because I still want to keep it going, no doubt. I mean, I remember when was this, Easter Sunday? That was March 31, and I had thoughts that might even come to an end, but it didn't. Me, Carlos, and Russ were able to have breakfast that morning, so that streak kept going. I think that was officially 2 years, because I started, well, technically I started on December 31, 2021, but then I made a mistake to Neil, thinking that we hung out on February 28th. That did not happen, so therefore the actual streak started on the 31st of March in 2022, when me, Abbas, Neil, and Russ went to that lake in Fullerton. And so since then, like, I eventually reached the 2-year mark on Easter Sunday, which is March 31 of last year. And then after that, going into 2025, it's already gonna be 3 years, and I did it with one of my work friends, and after that, started reconnecting with the guys again, and looks like I have a chance here in August, because of the 3-week big break. It's like, yeah, I'm getting everything my way, right? Nope, it's cutting short. Now I don't know. Now I'm in question to see if this streak will keep going. Now I'm in question to see if this ongoing historic streak will keep going. What is it now? Like, it would have been my 42nd if that's the case. I mean, I know it's a very, very long streak going into, going in 3 years already. But, I mean, I told myself I don't know when it's going to end, because it seems like every last day of the month, especially this year, I have an opportunity. Now I don't know. Because if I were still out of my friend circle, like I'm talking about, like with the nut ballers and all that, I get that it was gonna be pretty hard, but I got back with everyone, only for my issues to get worse. I hate to say it like that, because it just makes me so goddamn angry that when I reconnected with these guys, all of a sudden I got more issues in my plate, and now someone like I just don't know when, like, how much worse these issues will get. It's like I could have just stayed out longer, regardless. Whether I stayed out longer or if I already got back with them, it's like these issues will just keep going. And unfortunately, some of them have gotten worse. So I'm like, it's devastating, man. It's devastating news that I'm just hearing yesterday or last night. I try to keep my, I like, as far as my facial expression, I couldn't help it, dude. Like, I try not to show it, but then it's like, naturally it just came off like that because, it's a shocker. It shocked me. What else was I supposed to fucking feel? It was a shocker, man. In that moment, I was shocked, yeah, because I never knew, and then I was told, and then, yeah, I was shocked. Why wouldn't I have this expression? At that time, it was hard for me to process it. It was hard for me to just process it at first. You know? I mean, what was that supposed to... I mean, how did I want to be reacted, you know? I mean, I don't have anything against what the situation is. I mean, it is what it is. I understand what's going on, right? But, you know, it's just, in that moment, like, I was just shocked because, you know, I have, like, other than my job hunting, which I have been really competitive with, this time, like, at least to start my 3-week big break, despite my ongoing misery at my dump, you know, I already had other plans to just really get my fun out of, especially this coming Labor Day weekend. You know, as I supposedly would have continued my 3-week big break, right? Like all these plans, and you know, just trying to go right for me. Things are going smooth. Now it's like, now it's the complete opposite. It's back to reality again. Like this going into the next week. It's hell, even to start the month of September. On Labor Day. On, you know, at least until what? The next, like the middle of the month? I told you, dude, I just could never get a longer break than just mostly 1 week. 1.5 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So, look, man. Look. As far as this ongoing last day of the month, straight with friends or more, I don't know, man. You know, I mean, if it has to end, then it has to end. It's a historic run that I feel like nobody in this world has ever done. You know, hanging out with friends, a friend or more on the last day of each month. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's already gone 3 years. 3 years in a row, right? And now, I mean, I could potentially reach 4. Just depending what happens this Sunday. But you know, but now it's like everything's just been cut. Like I'm talking about my 3-week big break. You know, I'm hoping. Like I'm already seeing ahead that I may have possible job interviews coming. I mean, regardless, still I still want to get the hell out of this dump. So that I can now focus on, you know, having my permanent space. And while it's so very nice and sunny out here, just what I asked for. Instead, it was all fucking cloudy like the last few days, and I'm seeing like big old clouds left and right, and it's like it rained just this past Saturday. It was wild. I mean. It was cool and all that, but I mean, I wasn't even liking this weather until I'm seeing better weather now. And then I get this bad news. I don't know what else the world wants me to do, other than to see me continue to suffer. It's like I'm already losing so much track of time. It's already like almost 9, dude. The time's going by so much faster than me today. And yeah, I still gotta go to Dewey's birthday party. I don't even know if I can stay for that long. To be honest, I don't even know if I can stay there for that long. I don't plan on staying there for that long, dude. Because I'm already feeling like shit as far as what I heard from the news yesterday. Or not. I mean, I'm not talking about that tragic happening in Minnesota, but I mean, I'm talking about, you know, for me personally, the fact that this 3-week break is about to end. Yeah, I'll be the man of the house, like to myself, like the last, you know, for at least the next couple of days. But then it's like after that, it's back to reality again. I'm telling you, I'm getting nothing my way at this point. Nothing. It's just so devastating, dude. Like everything about what I've gone through this year. And especially after just losing these friends, like, look, I already said it in the group chats. I feel like I'm about to lose 4 more friends. Julio, Robbie, Mari, Anastasia. Hell, I already lost Andrew. Who's next? After these guys. I hope I'm wrong. But I'm going to leave it at that, dude. Because I'm already under so much frustration. And I don't want to lose no more friends, like, at this point. But unfortunately, that may just be the case. But again, I hope I'm wrong. Y'all let me know what you think, man.